us in, it's in every one of us.
Well, good morning, sunshines. All over the world here, we want sunshine, we want sunshine, we want sunshine. My name is Emily, and I am really, really happy to be here with all of you in person, and those of you who are at home, listening, watching, taking in. We can love everyone no matter where they are, no matter where you are. So we're all together as one. I want to share something with you from the book, The Wisdom of the Council. It's a channeled book by Sarah Landon, and I just get so much support and wisdom and inspiration from her on a daily basis. I read it with a group of Unity people last year, starting in the fall, and now it's kind of become my daily practice to just open it up at random, and it's always so spot on. This is something I've been really taken by. It's a verse from either John or Paul from the Bible. I'm guessing that it's from after the time Jesus left the earth, and his followers needed a reminder, a support to continue on. And it goes something like this: Beloved, now are we the sons of God. It just doesn't appear what we will be like, but we know that when the Christ consciousness appears, we'll be like it. And everyone who has this hope within him purifies himself, even as he is pure. That just keeps ruminating over and over and over and over again in my head, because it is now that is the time for every one of us to be the best, the most, the all that we can be, that we were created to be. So this just seems like a continuation of that thought. So if you want to close your eyes and listen along, or keep them open and see what you can see with new eyes, I welcome you. This is your time, dear Master. That's you. This is your time to shine, to create, to allow your power. Your divine gifts are for you and all of humanity. Your abilities, your talents, your skills, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, they're all part of the unique gift that you are in this human incarnation on this beautiful planet at this time. It matters not how you have thought about creation. It matters not how you have held yourself in lack and limitation and separation and fear. It matters not. All that matters now is your awareness, your presence, your consciousness in this moment. Be all that you are and bring all that you are into this moment. You are a heavenly manifestation of source energy in physical form. You, dear Master, can do anything. You, dear Master, can create anything that you wish. You, dear Master, can have it all. Whatever that means for you, you can have it all. The love, the abundance, the joy, the richness, the beauty, the freedom, the well-being, the vitality that you desire. And you will just expand from there. You can have it all. And from that state, you will go deeper and deeper into new ways of creating and expressing yourself. You can have it all. And from that place, new experiences and so much more to explore will present themselves to you. That is the hope in glory. So go out and be and do and receive and allow it all into you. It's right there for you. And with that, I'll close the book and we'll go on to our vision, mission, and all of those statements that we hold dear. So with me, out loud, even you at home, in your homes, be brave and say it out loud. The walls will hear you, okay? So, our vision statement. A world more powerfully transformed through shared spiritual awakening. Our mission statement. Advancing the movement of spiritual awakening and transformation through unity. A positive path for spiritual living. And our value statement. Abundance, acceptance, community, diversity, integrity, joy, and love. And we celebrate our children by saying together, Unity of Appleton celebrates the divinity in all children and nurtures their unfolding spirituality. And our daily word for today is beautiful. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. I see beauty in soaring mountains and rolling seas, in majestic forests and kaleidoscope fields of wildflowers. I hear beauty in music, bird songs, the laughter and conversations of people in fellowship. Searching beyond my senses, I discover a greater depth of beauty. The mundane items and landmarks I may take for granted take on a deeper beauty when my memories fill them with warm meaning. My dear ones become even more beautiful to me when I pause to remember our fondest experiences and the love that binds us. I move through each day with my mind and heart open. Now, even the most ordinary times, places, items, circumstances become more and more precious and more beautiful to me. And from the book 2 Corinthians, and all of us with unveiled faces seeing the glory of the Lord as though reflected in a mirror, are being transformed into the same image. If you would like to repeat with me, not after me, with me, the statement at the top of the page. Beautiful. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. And now more music.
Oh, yes. Everyone's doing new things because, a lot of people are on vacation. And I'm going to space your last name. You help me,
McKinney.
We welcome Sandra McKinney.
I think it's my turn, right?
Oh,
It's
it's
your turn.
Go for it.
Good morning. Morning. And we're still celebrating, right? I know in Eau Claire there was fireworks again last night and again tonight. I'll be glad when the time passes for that. Spiritual recycling. I love to come up with talk titles. And I've always loved creating titles. And I take what you put something like that on Facebook when I'm coming, and so I always share that on my page. I saw you liked that over here. And there was 10 people who responded to this one. And I think it was about the title. So maybe they're with us on Facebook, saying, what is that going to be about? And I did add a little, you can do a talk title and add a little tag beneath, beautifying our world, which fit then with today's daily word of beautiful. And I know that you recently had a very successful thrift sale. And the ideas I've heard you all sharing here from your green team, and the fact that you are all unity, I'll assume that you are all into some degrees of recycling and caring for our planet. I just think that's something unity people do. Webster's definition of recycling has roots in the idea of cycling again. The word first appeared as a verb in the 20th century, and to pass again through a cycle of changes or treatments, such as cooling water. And yet recycling has been around for a very long time, way before the 20th century. One of the oldest examples is in India, where a Pueblo woman, the women there used to make clay pots, and they could be used for many years. And eventually the pots would break, but they would take the broken pieces and soak them in water, make them into a fine clay powder, again turning it back into clay, which then would be made into a new pot. So the word recycle itself has taken on even more meaning and developed more of a sense of recover. Much more to that. And to save from loss and to restore to usefulness. It went on to mean alter, to adapt to a new use, to bring back, to reuse. The most recent meaning of recycle is to make ready for reuse. So do you ever have those moments in time that stay with you just like it happened yesterday? I don't know where those about. Well, this moment for me goes back to 1993. I had just got to Eau Claire, having lived all over northern Wisconsin. And I had found the Unity group in Eau Claire. They were meeting in a storefront. They didn't yet have their lovely building they have now. I was not in ministry. I had no thoughts of ministry. But in the service that morning, and they did something very similar to what you do. They had a group discussion following the talk, which they no longer do that, and I really like that you do that here. I enjoy it. But that Sunday, the talk was on recycling. Now, this is 30-some years ago. And following the service, during that discussion, I remember asking, what if we didn't consume as much? There wouldn't be a need for recycling. I can just remember that so vivid, like it was yesterday. Recycling is not yet being used to mean reduce, but it would certainly be fitting if that were to happen. Reduce comes from the Latin word meaning to lead back, making a fine cyclical loop of meaning between the terms reduce and recycle. Yeah, on July 1st, that's just 6 days ago, Daily Word celebrated its centennial. Did you all see that? 100 years. And the Word, the Daily Word on the very first day it was written on the centennial, and they started it on the page 6 days ago. July 1st, 1924 was the first Daily Word page ever written. And the affirmation from that day was, God in me is my light and my understanding. God in me is my light and my understanding. Much of what you shared, Emily, from your book really speaks to that too. And the scripture from July 1st, 1924 was 2 Corinthians 4:6. Let light shine out of darkness. Now, did you know you can obtain the Daily Word page from the day of your birth? Does everybody know that? Has anyone done that here? Oh, one. I've done it. I think you probably have to be a subscriber to get it. That's the way they can get you to subscribe, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to have. Well, I did do that, and the Daily Word on the day of my birth, and the quote beneath it was from Thoreau, and it began, write upon your heart that this is the very best day of your life. I think so. It's the day I was born. Well, ever since I knew that, I've really had this affinity to Thoreau. And I like to write, so that write upon your heart really spoke to me. And when I found out about that writing, I put visiting Walden Pond on my bucket list. And this would have been back in the 1990s. Well, you all know and have heard that I do take care of animals when people travel. And last year, and just last 2 weeks, I had a job in Boston 20 minutes from Walden's Pond. And yes, I visited. That was last year I made that visit. So a bucket list, and one common phrase we use in Unity is a treasure mapping, same concept. It works. I've seen it work in my life over and over. Our intentions are very powerful. Thoreau also said, I say, let your affairs, your things, be as 2 or 3, not 100 or 1,000. Instead of 1,000,000, count half a dozen. And keep your account on your thumbnail. You know, for 1 year, Thoreau lived a voluntary simplicity at Walden. And he was also an example that was set by the disciples of Jesus. They left behind all that they owned and all that they had to follow him. Mother Teresa, peace pilgrim, she gave up everything, including her name, to walk for world peace. You might say there's no way I could do anything like that. But we can all do something in our own way by taking baby steps. When I did my 1 year of simple living, which I've shared with you here before, that was that year out of the car, I released everything but what would fit in the car. I had bags in my trunk for each room. There was a bathroom bag, a kitchen bag, a library bag, of course, with books. And it was that year that I really started the home pet sitting business, because I said if I didn't have my own costs, maybe I could make this work. Well, that was 25 years ago, and I'm still doing it. Not out of my car, 1 year on the car. And here's an example of the power of our words in relationship to that story. You know, I didn't start college till I was 45. I say I was a late bloomer. And that was at the Chippewa Valley Technical College in Eau Claire. And as an older student, you know, everybody else is 19, 20, 21, they would always ask the class, well, what are your plans after graduation? And I would always jokingly say, I want to be a bag lady. Well, I made that one come true as I lived out of my car with bags in the trunk. However, that year, 1998, living from my car, I also created my own Walden Pond year. It was very powerful. But let's get back to recycling. If you've lived long enough, perhaps you've seen a repeat or recycling of events, maybe even creating a little deja vu. You know, I've heard about that before. I was recently watching a program on the 1929 stock market crash and the ensuing 1930s event called the Great Depression. Well, today, you know, one of our most serious illnesses is depression. Is that a form of recycling what happened in the 30s? In race consciousness? Not necessarily monetarily, but in an energy form. Aren't there many folks now in this state of their own Great Depression? How might a year like Walden address that? You know, in 2002, after working 2 years at Silent Unity, I returned to Eau Claire and I joined a group that was using a workbook called Voluntary Simplicity. It was an 8-month study where we met once a month. And I've pulled from that book some of the steps as we get closer to talking about spiritual recycling. Step 1 in voluntary simplicity is to tour your home. What isn't being used? Have a sale, take it to Goodwill. If we think of every inanimate object as having its own energy, and if it's not being used, if it's stored away, that object is not living up to its full potential. One simplicity guru says, if you haven't used or worn it in a year, it's time to release. And there are 2 ways to get enough. One is to continue to accumulate more. The other is to desire less. And then step 2 in voluntary simplicity, decisions about buying. Is the price worth the amount of your life that it will take to pay for it? Step 3, integrate ways of balancing consumption with acts of generosity and giving back. Think of recycling as a spiritual practice, perhaps a baptism. And I want to give thanks to Reverend Darlene Strickland. At the time when I read her writing, at the time she was the minister at the Unity Church in Lawrence, Kansas. And she wrote this about the concept of spiritual recycling in her newsletter. So I want to quote from her. Imagine that you've kept everything that you've ever received from birth. Picture your house filled with every toy, every piece of clothing, furniture, books, everything you've ever had. Now imagine your inner home, that place where your life story is scripted and stored. Our inner home is filled with everything that we have encountered since birth. Memories of past experiences, ideas, beliefs we've collected along the way, feelings, conditioned thoughts. Can you imagine the immensity, the ill-sorted contents, and the value and power of those contents? We can clear out the debris and clutter in our homes by rearranging and discarding and recycling. However, this process for clearing the clutter in our inner home is much more precise. If we rearrange, we really haven't accomplished anything. If we try to discard, we attempt to rid ourselves of something that's still alive and somehow it keeps coming back. So the key to clearing and balancing our inner home is similar to recycling. So the meaning again of recycling, to process so the raw materials can be used again. Inner recycling is intentional and transformational. It's to process so that new meaning and new energy can be obtained. And that ends the writing from Reverend Strickland. That year from living from my car, the 2 years at Silent Unity, which followed, that program, Voluntary Simplicity, all helped me have new eyes. We create labels that describe life's experiences as good, bad, hurtful, unforgivable, reasonable, helpful. Inner recycling allows us to relabel the clutter and debris of our life story. This process of transformation creates inner freedom and space to enjoy our present life. Inner recycling is a natural and necessary aspect of healthy, harmonious living. You know, intuitively, we know when something's ready to depart. We know when something no longer serves our highest good. We know when it's time to be outgrown and transformed. And transforming that energy of our inner home is a process. It can take dedicated time and effort. But with practice, intention, and awareness, it can occur easily. So, basic steps for inner recycling: pay attention. When something, feeling, a belief, a thought, a memory comes up, pay attention. Realize it's calling for your attention in order that you and it may be transformed. Bring it to the light without judgment. Allow it into your present awareness. Allow it to reveal the label or the meaning that you've given it. And this requires a willingness to be with and to feel without trying to analyze, to suppress, or to fix it. Just letting it be. And then find the truth. Based on what you know today, what is the truth about this feeling or this belief? And then find the blessing. How has this added value to your life? How has it allowed you to grow? And then give thanks. Acknowledge the losses and the blessings. Give thanks for blessings that emerge from this, and ask that this experience be a source of positive energy and in your life. One idea is what we did when we entered the field license program for ordination is we had to write a credo paper, 50 pages, beginning with beliefs. Who, how, why. That could be a place for you all to start, to embrace spiritual recycling. Thank you.
Invite you to prepare yourself for reflective personal prayer and guided musical meditation, after which I ask that you remain in essential silence during the music. If you choose to, you can close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body as it relaxes into the chair as you let go of today's anxieties. Feel your feet on the solid earth as you let go of tomorrow's worries. Become aware of your breathing as you breathe in life and breathe out love. Breathe in life and breathe out love. As you become centered, focus on your beautiful heart, your beautiful Christ self. Become filled with gratitude and allow into yourself that which fills you with peace and love. So we begin. gently return to this place. Open your eyes in the spirit of peace and gratitude.
It might be that you've opened your eyes. If you choose, close them again and go back to that state of consciousness, that state of being, that state of presence that you've never really left, and hear these words as your own. I am love. I am health. I am peace. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. I'm a child of God. I deserve nothing less. Today I accept my healing of body, mind, and spirit. I forgive myself for the mistakes I made. I forgive all the people for whom I felt anger. I accept them because they could not be as I wanted. I release them, and I free myself from the resentment forever. I cancel the past in the present to free my future. I deserve to enjoy the love of my loved ones. I stop judging myself and judging others forever. I now release all my pain, my mistakes, my illness, so Spirit can transform it into health, love, peace. I accept everything as it is now, and with patience to begin to finally heal. God, you are in me and I am in you. By your divine power and your love within me, I decide to heal my body, my mind, my soul. I open my heart to your pure love that surrounds me with its radiant light, revitalizing every cell in my body. Every negative thought becomes positive, recreating myself in new life full of love and joy. I will share this love with all, communicating everything I feel. I wish to heal with all my heart and then to help others, thus fulfilling my mission of love and communication of love in this life. Thank you, universe, that already is. And so it is. A few deep breaths will bring you back to this time, this place, this now moment. And as you open your eyes, open your heart, we move from prayer to our affirmation of prosperity. This is the time when those of us who feel unity is our home, is our spiritual home, practice putting Spirit first in our financial life. This practice prospers the spiritual community we love and supports our own spiritual growth and prosperity. Please give whatever amount guides you to give by Spirit. Whether it's in person or electronically, whatever that amount is, take that gift into your heart and bless it with your love. Feel free to bless the plate as it passes by. Let yourself feel grateful to God in you as your one source. And then please join us in our affirmation of prosperity. Unity of Appleton is alive with the energy of Spirit. in the flow of divine abundance and radiant with unlimited possibility. And then pray with us the celebration of giving and receiving. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyfully give and willingly receive. I give in love, and I trust God as my source.
Gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy with myself. I will be easy with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child.
With grateful hearts overflowing with love for the safety that this dwelling provides for each one of us to grow at our own pace, through our own experiences, through our own wonderful outcomes. We give great thanks as always. And now we're on to announcements. Here they are. A new online book study, The Book of Joy, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World, starting tomorrow night from 7 to 8. And if you want to jot down the Unity Appleton link, go ahead. Now's the time to do it. It's also on the community page as well. Morgan, Bedford. Pardon?
Janice reminded me this morning, I believe it's today is the Dalai Lama's birthday.
Oh, well, we should sing happy birthday to the Dalai Lama. Maybe at the end, okay? All righty. Okay, onward. A new social planning group is forming. The idea is to meet monthly to brainstorm and discuss fun meetup groups, book groups, special events. The first meeting is this Thursday, July 11th at 10 a.m. in the Unity Cafe. If you can't make it and would like to share your ideas, please talk to Julie or Karen Sophie. The property planning team, consisting of Fred, Julie, Linda, Karen, Gilmore, Carrie, and Paige, has been learning a lot about our outdoor space. There's a lot of potential, some limitations that have come to our attention. Keeping those in mind, we have set some tentative priorities for projects to enhance our property. We'd love your input. Stay tuned for an opportunity to share your ideas and questions at a town hall meeting in August, or join us at our next meeting on July 29th at 10 a.m. And where would that meeting be held? Here? Up in the boardroom, okay. And Men's and Women's Mastermind is this Saturday, July 13th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. In each group, we set our intentions for the month and explore ideas through the lens of Unity's metaphysical principles. A small donation for facilities usage is appreciated. Everyone is welcome. And now for our prayer of protection. Okay. Joining us wherever you are in this prayer that encompasses all of that safety, all of the growth that we experience, everything that this human life brings to us. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So, could we do the happy birthday song to Dalai Lama before you do our ending thing? You got that?
No, I don't have it. Just sing.
Well, just sing it, Cindy. Come on. A note. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dalai Lama. Happy birthday to you. And the vibrations of those go to wherever he is. We know that. Okay, now onward.
And it makes us so happy.
We are so